Hey VC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post another quick video here, doing another congrats, honoring video here to Vinyl Collector Man. He did his 500 subs or 500, his 50 subs contest, but I think actually he's up to like 69 or 70 already. So I think even since he put this contest up, he's picked up a few more subs, and I'm sure he'll pick up a lot more too once these response videos start floating around. So those of you that aren't familiar with him, Vinyl Collector Man, make sure you go check out his videos, sub to it, and he has some pretty good stuff over there. One of the things I like most about his channel are the covers that he does. He's very much I think, matter of fact, I think he said one time that like his favorite group is AC/DC, I believe. I think I read or you said that to me sometime or another. But I think in general you can kind of tell that, especially with the covers that he does, because he really likes those AC/DC type riffs, And I love that video you did of the Airborne What's Eating You cover that you did. Oh man, I've probably watched that video, I mean, not exaggerating, probably 7 or 8 times, because I don't know, as I mentioned to you, I love the song, I love the guitar tone that you had going in it, and just the way you were kind of grooving with it. I mean, it was just like, you were just like flowing right where that song is supposed to be, and each time I watch it, I just kind of like jump on board and flow right there with you, man. That's awesome stuff. I love that cover that you did on that. But just wanted to share with you a response to your questions. Before I do that, though, this was playing in the background, which is the Cult. This is Electric. Not sure how well you can hear it or not, because I've rearranged what I'm always doing. Rearranged things in my music room, and I put one of my systems over here now, which is kind of different, but I like changing things around. I moved my tapes around again already and so forth. But one of the reasons why I'm doing that too is I decided to do that 30-day vinyl challenge, where you don't buy any vinyl records for 30 days. And although there is one cheat day that I have, because I've already planned on going to a record show with some people, I'm not gonna bail on that. I couldn't do that. But outside of that day, yeah, I'm gonna try. I think I can do it, to not buy any vinyl, and really gonna spend that time diving back into my collection, trying to do some videos on a regular basis to show things I pulled out, haven't thought about or whatever. And as a motivation for that, this is one of the ones I pulled out today, as well as some rainbow stuff, and just kind of jam with a few pieces. But anyway, let me get refocused. This is about Vinyl Collector Man, not my 30-day challenge. And his contest was basically show your first vinyl record that you ever bought. And like everything, I take stuff to extremes. So I just kind of spent a few moments and thought, let me kind of go in and find the first everything I ever bought. So I got my first 8-track, cassette, CD, 7-inch single, reel-to-reel, 12-inch single, and 12-inch record. So I have the first of all of those. So let me start off by addressing your question first. First records I ever bought. And 2 of these are not the originals that I actually got back then, but they're, what I had. And so one of them is You Light Up My Life by Debbie Boone. That's the first 7-inch single I ever remember getting. And we're talking about kindergarten here, 4 or 5 years old. I remember getting this. And I remember having those little flip-down turntables, and I played this thing over and over and over. I even talked to Debbie Boone into the speaker. I would talk to her. There's no joke, I actually did. I remember that. So that was the first 7-inch single I ever got. And again, that's not the original. That was one actually I got for some VCLT, which is very nice. My first 12-inch single, and this is the actual copy. First 12-inch single I ever bought was Land of Hunger by the Earons. And got this way back when. And I might as well tell both these stories at the same time. The first 12-inch full album I ever bought was Kiss Alive 2. So that was the first full album, and this was the first 12-inch single. And I put these together in one story because, and I know I've told this before in a past video, when I was in like junior high, 6th, 7th grade or whatever, I used to collect baseball cards. That was my vinyl back then. And so there was these 2 baseball card shops downtown that we used to hop on the city bus and go to, a few of my friends. And so there was a record store that used to be right by one of the bus stops where we got on the bus. And so we're killing some time one day, and we decided to go mess around in the record store just to waste some time or whatever. And again, I don't collect any vinyl, don't have any vinyl. I basically listen to cassettes, all that stuff. Don't really have a bunch of money to buy, blah, blah, blah. We're just kind of looking around, and I'm flipping through vinyl, just looking at artwork and everything, and then this pops up. And I'm like, whoa, what is that? Saw that. And then, of course, as everybody knows with this album, I opened it up and did this, and I was like, sold. I have no idea what's on this album. I didn't know anything about old school Kiss. At that point in time, it was Asylum and, Animalize and all of that was what I was listening to, the only Kiss I knew. But, man, I opened up that and saw that cover, and I was just like, have to have it. And so I bought it without knowing anything about it. And that was the first vinyl record I ever bought. Another really quick side note that I thought was really cool, when I went and saw Kiss a few months ago, they still had the 2 tigers with the big banner when the drum set came up like that. And they had the 2 lifts on each side, and they kind of finished off the concert with this exact scene right there. You talk about just like a flashback of 20 plus years just came back to me like that, and I'm like, man, if you'd have told me back in junior high that one day I was going to see that live, I mean, I would have lost my mind back then, so that was kind of cool though. But anyway, this was the first full album I ever bought, and I think this Earons I bought either a few days before or a few days after this. It was another trip we made pretty quick back to the baseball card shops, and we stopped in there again, and this was a song that I had really loved because I saw their video for this on BET. It was in regular rotation back then, and I loved these guys. And back then when you're that young too, they're wearing the cool motorcycle helmets and all the gear, and you're just like, whoa, that's so cool. And I remember thinking they were so cool too because none of them had their names. They kept their identities completely sealed as far as wearing all the gear. And then also, where's one here? If you look right there on each one of their uniforms, there's a little patch. Another one right there. And it has a number like 22, 18, whatever, and that was their names, were the numbers. Even if you look on the full album, you'll see like the writing credits and all of that. There's just numbers that are there. So to this day, most people don't even know who the heck the Earons were. But those are my first 2 vinyl records I ever bought with my own money. And that was significant too, because that was baseball card money I could have been using. Moving on to, well, let's do 8-tracks actually. First 8-track I ever got. I can't really say I bought this, because obviously my parents did at the time, but this is the very first one I ever had. And again, listened to the heck out of it. And it was, and it still is today, my favorite gospel album. I did get it on vinyl a couple years ago. But it's the Gospel Keynotes, Willie Johnson and Willie Neal Johnson in the Gospel Keynotes. And the name of the album is Rise Again. Song for song, one of the best gospel albums I've ever heard in my entire life, and I loved it to death. But this is the actual 8-track that I had from, again, we're going back to 4th, 5th grade, that time frame, when I stole this from my mom. I didn't steal it, but I kept it in my room and I played it all the time. Yeah, and it was really cool how I got this too, because that Earons and this both got tucked away in a bunch of junk, from way back in junior high school, and got completely forgotten about. And about 3 years ago, my mom was cleaning some stuff out, and she found them, and as a gift, a birthday gift to me, she took them out and kind of cleaned them up and everything and gave them to me as birthday gifts, which is really cool. So that's how I got this back, this actual copy back about 3 years ago, which is really awesome. So that's the first 8-track. First cassette. Never forget this one too. I got it right before Christmas back in 1984, I think. Gosh, a long time ago. And my mom even has some picture of me, you know, I'm little bitty, standing there holding it like this. You know, it was the first cassette I ever got out of a store. Billy Idol's Rebel Yell, and this is the actual copy. And amazing, as much as I played it in all the years, still got all the words and everything right there, still in great condition. But I mean, song for song, I loved everything on this album. And again, that's the first cassette I ever bought. Even the original case, that's why I still has the crack right there, because I haven't swapped it out. Original case, original artwork, everything. Again, 1984. That cassette has followed me for a lot of years. And then the same thing with this CD. First CD I ever bought, Madonna's Immaculate Collection. First CD I ever had, back when I got my little portable CD player, and I thought that was like the greatest thing in the world. And that was actually kind of in, I guess, towards the end of high school, college, something like that. But yeah, again, that's why you see the cases all cracked and beaten up there. You see it's like a crack there. It's because I refuse to swap it out, because that is the original. So everything on here, artwork, CD, busted case. Again, another album that has followed me a number of places throughout the years. Surprisingly, still in pretty good condition too. So that's the first CD I ever got. And first reel-to-reel, really no big deal. This one I bought a long time ago. Just has a lot of, you know, it wasn't actually like artist. It was just one somebody recorded a bunch of stuff on. But you know, it's just the first one I picked up one day. And just a bunch of, you know, jazz vocalist type stuff. But anyway, that's my first reel-to-reel ever. Has all the song stuff written on the back. So anyway, a little bit more than you asked for, but I thought, since I kind of knew the answers to those right off the top of my head, I'd go ahead and share them. And again, man, congratulations to you on the 50 subs. You'll definitely have a lot more than that very soon, just without a doubt. I think people just must not have stumbled across your channel yet. So again, everyone, if you have not subscribed to Vinyl Collector Man, go get online, check out his channel, and subscribe to him. You definitely won't regret it. Alright, well, take care, VC. I'll be back. I'm going to try to do the daily video thing with the Vinyl Challenge. I just may not make them so, you know, like where I sit down and set everything up. I might just kind of, you know, walk around and show you things I've been listening to and, you know, make a few quick comments. Just make like some really quick, short-hitting videos so I can kind of stay on top of it a little better. But, anyway, as always, thanks for watching, guys. Vinyl Collector Man, congratulations again, and we will talk to you guys soon. All right, take care, VC.